Hey, I'm Kelsey, creator of the InDesign Field Guide, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use glyphs to customize type in Adobe InDesign. Let's go! So what the heck are glyphs? I know it's a weird word, but it's really just the name for all the characters and numbers and symbols for a single font or typeface. So this is the glyphs flyout menu. You can open this up by going to Type, Glyphs right here, or you can go to Window, Type in Tables, and Glyphs right here. Remember my favorite rule about InDesign? It's a lot of menus, a lot of buttons. It can feel really overwhelming, but most of it is just multiple ways to do the same thing. The same tool in just a lot of different places. So let's look at the glyphs for this particular typeface, which is Minion. Now, spoiler alert, this font has a ton of glyphs. So in this field, I have it selected where it's going to show me all the glyphs for the entire font, but you can also filter it by different types of ligatures, numbers, symbols, languages, things like that. But if we scroll through this entire font, you can see this shows every single type of character that's included with this font. Every capital letter, every lowercase letter, every ligature. A ligature combines two characters that kind of look awkward next to each other into a single character that just flows better and is easier to read. It's got small caps, it's got symbols, it's got accents in different languages, Latin letters, so many glyphs, right? Another cool feature about this window is you can change the glyphs that you're looking at. You can choose a different font and see all the glyphs for that font without having to actually change the font of the word that you're trying to work on. So we'll switch it back here to Minion. So to insert a glyph, you just put your cursor inside your word wherever you want to place a glyph. And then you'll just go to your glyphs menu and you will double click on what glyph you want. Another cool feature, if you have the latest version of InDesign, is you can highlight a couple letters. So for example, this FL together, this is a great example of where we can use a ligature, which will combine these two characters. Instead of them kind of butting up against each other like this, it'll just make them flow into the next letter, which just makes it a tiny bit easier to read. So when you highlight two letters that could be a ligature or a single letter, you're going to get this blue underline, and then you're going to see options for that specific character that you could replace with a glyph. So that's just a quicker way that InDesign shows you kind of exactly what you're looking for. So I don't even have to scroll through my glyphs over here. They've already shown me what I could replace this with, and I'll just click on that and it'll replace it for me. If there's more than one option, like if I highlight this E, this shows me a few other options of different styles of E's, a small caps one, a superscript one, things like that. So sometimes it'll give you multiple options as well, and you can just select from there. Now this tool is especially great for script fonts. I'm going to erase exclamation mark, and I'm going to change the font of this word to a really great script font called Beloved. Now Beloved is a font that includes a lot of glyphs and a certain type of glyph that's called an alternate. So those are just different styles of a script letter with different types of flourishes on it that can just be used depending on the context of the word that you've got. So let's open our glyphs menu again. And for example, let's say I highlight this capital B. With it highlighted right here, you'll see all of my options for different styles of capital B's in this particular font. And it also kind of jumps me to that point here in the glyphs menu so I can see all of them here. So if I just double click on some of these that have different types of flourishes, it will replace my B with those different alternate glyphs. So I can play around with those and see which one fits the best with the other characters I've got going on in that word. Same for the Y here. If I highlight that, I've got a lot of different Y options down here or Y options up here, just all different styles. The glyphs window can also be a really great tool if you don't want to hunt through your keyboard for a symbol that you don't use very often, or you don't want to Google the shortcut for, the copyright symbol or something like that. You can just scroll through the glyphs or filter them by symbols and quickly find the one you're looking for without having to Google what the shortcut is. So that's your crash course on all things glyphs. Not all fonts will have extra glyphs beyond just the basic capital, lowercase, numbers, and symbols, but when they do, it can be a really great way to customize your text and make it your own. If you want more Adobe InDesign training, watch my free workshop where I break down the most popular design apps and programs and show you when it's best to use each one. Psst, you can do way more with InDesign than you probably realize. Plus, I'll walk through exactly how to design a PDF worksheet and promo graphic from start to finish using only InDesign. Click that first link in the description below to watch the free workshop right now. Go ahead, click it. You know you want to.